Extra, extra, read all about it. Marriage equality. This has been such a hot, controversial topic in this day and age. New articles present themselves practically every day about different opinions on this highly controversial topic, ranging from small, hometown discussions to President Barack Obama establishing his support for same-sex marriage. This topic has been in the midst of discussions as well as disputes dating back to the 1970s. As of January 2013, 9 state governments, to include Massachusetts, Connecticut, Iowa, Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, Maine, Maryland, and Washington, along with the District of Columbia, have legalized same-sex marriage. The real question presented here: should homosexuals be allowed to marry? Yes or no? Hello everyone, my name is Sam Allred. I believe that even though those in opposition of same-sex marriage have religious and parenting views opposing it, homosexuals should have the right to marry. In providing you with information on the benefits that same-sex marriage provides to couples, I hope you become more supportive, knowledgeable, and understanding of same-sex marriage. I believe same-sex couples should have this right because marriage provides practical, financial, and health benefits, as well as marriage equality, establishing that everyone has the same basic human rights. First, we'll look into the practical benefits that same-sex marriage provides. Imagine your loved one suddenly became ill and was admitted into the hospital in critical condition. By law, you as a heterosexual spouse of the individual are allowed hospital visitation rights and can make medical decisions in the event of illness or the disability of your spouse. Why are homosexual partners who have been together for, say, 20 years not allowed the same right? They are not allowed this opportunity because they cannot marry the individual in their state, so they don't have the ability to be able to make those same decisions. This is just one example of over 1,000 federal benefits that marriage provides for heterosexuals, but since homosexuals are not allowed to marry in most states, they are not allotted these same benefits. Now that we've covered the practical benefits, next we'll look into the financial benefits that same-sex marriage provides. Financially, with marriage, a couple has the right to be treated as an economic unit and to file joint tax returns, as well as pay the marriage penalty and obtain joint health, home, and auto insurance policies. As stated in the article, get the facts, because marriage matters. So in turn, homosexual couples don't have the opportunity to access these benefits as well, because in most states they are not allowed to marry. Just like the many federal benefits, this is only one example of a financial benefit of marriage out of the many that are available. Now that we've looked at the practical and financial benefits, let's look into the health benefits provided by same-sex marriage. A health and mental aspect of marriage must be taken into consideration as well. Marriage is an important aspect for the realization of the individual potential and social opportunities afforded them to fully develop capacities for love, care, and self-transcendence. There are many same-sex couples that have been living together for many years, yet they have been denied the right to be legally married. You can't tell me that that doesn't have a significant emotional and psychological effect on these personnel. These same-sex couples that have been together for many years, will still continue to be together whether or not the institution of marriage is implemented for them. But these same-sex couples consider marriage the key that would lock their relationships and family in place, and they could live happily ever after per se, or just as normally as every other heterosexual couple in the United States. So who are we as a nation to stop the people from love and living out their dreams in life with their loved one? Since we've covered the practical, financial, and health benefits, let's look at what same-sex marriage would do for the establishment of basic human rights. As a nation, we have faced many disputes ranging from slavery to women's suffrage, and now the topic at hand is marriage equality for homosexuals. Just like the prior disputes, marriage equality has an essential key element in common: basic human rights. In the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the first article states, "All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience, and should act towards one another in the spirit of brotherhood." It only seems as common sense to me, stemming from this, that we are endowed with the same rights. But common sense these days does not seem to be all that common. So why should homosexuals, then, not be allowed to marry, especially since they do not infringe upon the rights of religious organizations? They are not in any way impeding others from practicing their religion, so why should others be allowed to say they cannot marry? Now that we've covered the practical, financial, and health benefits, as well as the establishment of basic human rights that same-sex marriage would provide the couples, I hope you have a better understanding and are more supportive of same-sex marriage. So with that, I will leave you with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. "407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal."